All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of Conversations with Kenny. This is not Mondays because you're probably looking at the screen right now and looking at ToeTagz and wondering like, are they doing Monday Night Raw? No, it is Wednesday. We're not doing AEW Dynamite, but we do have a special guest with us tonight. He is Buff the Stuff Bagwell, WCW legend, and all around good guy. I had to hide my wife this time because I heard you like taking the ladies. So I told my wife, listen, go shopping, take a little bit of money. Don't come back until I call you because God forbid. I heard if you see her on camera, she might start talking. And next thing you know, I'm divorced and Buff is freaking my kid's stepfather.
Shit happens, bro.
Word. I might have to do the raw reactions with Buff now.
Hey, bro, if you knew the times I've heard girls say, I used to sneak into other rooms for my boyfriend to watch you on TV because you were like the best. Because this is when it turned to all dudes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was dudes with NWO shirts on. It became the man's. There you go, baby. It was the man's soap opera, bro, and it was off the chain cool. But dude, I could walk in a bar and not a chick know who I am, and every dude in there definitely knew who I was. And I was like, can we let some fucking girls in over here? I mean, shit, man, let's break it up a little bit, But they did. They were like, man, give me. I said, that's the third selfie you've gotten, bro. I love you, but shit.
I can only imagine.
Do we call you Mr. Buff?
No, man, you call me Buff.
All right, cool. I always want to ask you that.
No.
All right,
Good.
we got Buff the Stuff Bagwell in the studio, guys.
Yes,
you don't
you
even
do.
know.
Yes, you do.
Oh man, it is a
And
pleasure
you know
to
what?
have
The
you.
people that don't know, they really don't know.
Nah, and they'll never know.
No, they won't, bro. They
No.
won't. But it was the best television show. My third wife called me the other night out of nowhere. I mean, she's my ex-wife out of 18 years, but we're really good friends still. And she said, can I ask you a question? And I said, and it caught me off guard. We talk a lot still, and we're actually tighter now than we were married. And she said, can I ask you a question? And I said, yeah, sure. I said, what's up? She said, how in the fuck are you not on TV? And I go, whoa. I go, we've known this for 20 plus years. What are you talking about? We've been talking about this for 20 years. She goes, Betra, which is our neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
She says, and she's real cool chick. She goes, Betra pulled up me on YouTube and was showing her family or some family that came over who their neighbor was or used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like tripping out over it. So Judy, my ex-wife, started watching it. My wife's name is the same as my mother's that passed. And middle name too, Judy BagWell. Get some of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Crazy. And you can't make that kind of shit up, bro.
No, for real, yeah.
But they, so she turned it over there, and she said, all of a sudden, she looked at her watch, and it had been an hour and a half. And she goes, I watched you, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash, and I was so entertained and so into it that I just all of a sudden looked at my clock, and it had been an hour and a half. She goes, I couldn't believe it. She goes, what happened? I go, baby, I said, you're telling me something I've been telling you for 25 years. I said, I got fucked.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Said, so, it is what it is, and you can't go back to it, but it is, everybody knew that I had a job, or at least thought it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they did the Tacoma. They did our first show in Tacoma, Washington, 5 hours away from Ted Turner's backyard. But in 7 days, a lot of people don't know this. 7 days from the Raw that I starred in, main evented in, was in Atlanta, bro. Why? You're Vince McMahon. Why do you not wait 7 days and put Booker T and Buff Bagwell at the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, bro?
Yeah.
and call it the invasion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the most screwed up thing in the world, to the point we knew it was over in Tacoma. Me and Booker are backstage talking like this, knowing it's over. Because there's no reason in the world to put that show on with me and Booker main event in Tacoma. It's just no reason. And we knew that. But keep in mind, we wasn't gonna ask. And you can't say nothing. We're main event on Raw, brother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the same time, we knew it couldn't be good. It was bad, a bad thing. First ones through the gate, brother, they're gonna get bloodied. And we got bloodied. And Dallas got bloodied, but Dallas was so good, he was able to work his way back in.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of went off on the independent thing and had like a bad ride with the pills and drinking and all that. And just before I knew it, I went, if I could have had somebody, and keep in mind, bro, this is deep right here, but there was nobody. But if I could have had somebody that was in the possibility of having like an NWO run, explain it to me, and how to do independence with a gimmick table and 4 or 5 pictures and different ones and stuff like that, and have a gimmick table.
Right.
I could have got rich again, but I didn't realize it. And about 4 years into it, I got one 8x10 still in front of me, black and white, the real expensive glossy ones, but still it was a 8x10, black and white, same one for 4 years. And I had 200 people in line at an indie show in Lima, Ohio. I'll never forget it. A girl comes up and she's looking at the one picture and she goes, I go, baby, you want a picture? And she goes, I've already got that one 3 times. I said, and it just went like a light bulb over my head and went like ding. And I was like, dude,
we need to get more pictures.
I said, what? And so instantly I, on my own, created, I started noticing guys that had more than one thing on their table. And I said, what the? And everybody always wanted to get close to me. So they'd come up and go, hey, bro, can I put my table next to yours? And I said, that's the smartest thing you've said all day, bro. Absolutely, you can. I said, but that's very smart of you to do. I said, you've asked the right question to the right person. I said, because I'm cool like that and want you to make money. But they would get all up on me. I'd be like this, trying to take the money from people and shit.
Yeah.
Like, y'all just back off a little bit, bro. I said y'all could bring the table over here, but shit.
Don't sit on my lap.
Yeah,
exactly.
I ain't Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Shit, just give me the money. I could dress up like Santa Claus, and then we're talking.
I'll put the suit on and everything, bro. The beard and everything.
Yeah. Speaking of the suit, where did you get that hat from? Like originally?
The original story on the hat is my second wife, and I was a big ball cap freak. Okay. I even went to, if you remember, the end of the BuFF, the end of kind of WCW, if you remember, I went with ball caps, backward ball caps that were airbrushed.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
And cool ball caps like you got on, but I'd go with ball caps and I'd turn around backwards. They said BuFF on them like this, but it was ball caps. And so I was a big ball cap freak. And that's when lids just first came out. But it's also, they had like cat in the hat hats and shit like that was coming out too during that time. And I had broken my neck. And I was just trying to come up with different shit, just different cool stuff to keep me alive.
Yeah.
And my second wife goes, and it was on the top shelf. It wasn't even trying to be seen, this top hat. And I said, and she goes, hey, Mara, she goes, try that top hat on. Don't know why she said it. Got no idea to this day. And I said, hand me that top hat up there. And I put it on, bro, and she went, oh my God.
Like that works.
That's it, bro. She said, that is the coolest thing I think I've ever seen. And then my mom came up with that. The face on top. So I come out like, look, it's me twice. It's two of me, motherfucker.
I'm telling you, the only person I've ever seen that was able to pull off that hat.
Dude,
Yeah.
you just imagine me walking in with an unpainted black top hat with all the egos and people in wrestling.
Yeah.
They ate me alive. Just think about that black leather jumpsuit I had with the zipper.
Yep.
Dude, I got ate alive. Just think about the suspenders. I got ate alive.
But you made it work.
Exactly.
Yep. You made it work.
Off the chain, bro.
Oh yeah. And it wouldn't have worked with anyone else because of your personality. Like that whole you putting the face next to the face, not a lot of people would think of that. And I loved when you went into the camera and started talking to us. It was beautiful.
That's what got me over. And believe it or not, it was about a year-long fight of me doing that and them trying to get me to quit. And like the agents and shit. I'd say, yeah, okay. And I'd go back out and do it again. Because bro, listen to me. How smart do you got to be to know that right here, there's 20 million people. And 20 or 30,000 right here. I'm going right here, brother.
Yep.
I'm going to the 20 million and talking to you, and I'm bugged, and I am the stuff, and girls can't get enough. I'm going right there, brother, where the camera's at.
Oh yeah.
That's what everybody wants to see that. Like the people at home, they want to feel that connection with the talent that they're seeing on TV. So why not, hey, play to the camera, talk to the camera. They feel, hey,
the suits finally came down. If you remember, I'd go to do a pose, and I'd call the camera to me. I'd be like, get in here. And I'd do my, whole thing in the camera. I said, you don't wake up and just look like this. I said, you got a plan to look like this, brother. I said, you just don't wake up and look like BuFF BagWell. Yeah. I said, there's a plan to this, bro. And I come up with this shit. I didn't plan it or write it down or something, dude. I just allowed it to come to me. It was live TV, bro.
Oh yeah.
And I remember when we went to that new like spaceship logo.
Yeah, the big entrance.
Bischoff came in the locker room one day and goes, hey guys, y'all need to come out and check out the new logo on the ramp. It's a little bit slippery, and I don't want nobody to look stupid.
Right.
Everybody in that locker room does what?
They slip.
Goes out and looks at it. Checks it out. Guess what I did?
You saved it for
nothing. Because if I slip and fall, that's great. I'm gonna make fun of it. Did you see me? I just fell. That's great. I wish I would have fell. I'd have made. I said, look, I went and did it again. I'd have went and fell again, and go, look, I did it twice. You gotta make something with it, bro. You gotta make that connection, and that's what I was able to do, and it just worked, man, and that's the other thing that I swear to God, now that we're on, I gotta tell you, I'm at the curtain in Tacoma, Washington, in the first match of the Invasion, my one and only match at WWF, and I'm at the curtain for whatever reason, I don't know why, but I was last. Here's Booker with both belts. Well, the champ always goes last.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I saw everybody get booed to death. And then here I come. So I'm at the curtain. Music goes on. All of a sudden, hand right here. I'm at the curtain, like getting ready to walk through the thing and then walk around and be in the WWF sign and all that. Hand right here, it's Shane. Shane goes, I forgot to tell you, but you can't talk into the camera.
Oh, man, come on.
I said, bro, have you ever fucking seen one of my matches?
Exactly.
That's all I do. I said, I talk into the camera. I said, I wore my little hat. I do my little dance. I said, I hit somebody with a blockbuster and we go home and everybody's happy.
Nice and
I
simple.
said, you're kidding. He goes, you can't do it or you're fired.
Wow.
So if you ever watch that match back,
Mm-hmm.
you will realize that, and you probably haven't noticed it, but I never looked in the camera on that match.
You know, and that's a shame.
Once.
Yep.
Do you think that
tell me that ain't a setup that all of a sudden he just happened to remember right here with the curtain? Not to look at the camera?
I was gonna ask you that. It's like, do you think they did that on purpose so you guys could fail?
They did, bro. It was all
yeah, it had to be.
Bro.
Yeah.
So I'm walking to the ring going, this is already over. It's done.
Yeah.
We're getting booed. They got a way to say, hey, look, we tried, you know.
Yeah.
It
just didn't work.
Though we tried.
Off, I guess.
Yeah.
But
nobody ever talked about 7 days was Atlanta. And I said, bro, why wouldn't they wait 7 days and do it in Atlanta?
Yeah. Because you would have went over.
That's their hometown.
Yeah.
You would have went over and then they couldn't have done nothing. They would have had to do the invasion that way.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, still to this day, I tell people that and they go, you're kidding me. But check your calendar, go back and look if you want to, if you don't believe it. In 7 days, we were in Atlanta. So I got the call 2 days after Monday Night Raw, and it's Jim Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And Jim Ross tells me, see, I got hit by Helms, remember, with the bottle.
Yeah.
I slapped Helms, and he hit me with a bottle, and all that. We've made up since all that, and all that's just old shit anyway. But I love Helms to death. And I think he loves me. He's a really cool boy. I love him. He's got a great run up there. I'm proud of him. But at the time, I had a job for sure, you know. So Helms was like holding the towel on my head and like, man, please don't tell nobody. I said, Shane, everybody out there's gonna tell this story. I said, but I'll keep it quiet the best I can, I guess. Well, I show up at Raw, walk in with 25 staples in my head, and got to get them to Sharpie in that match. My head is Sharpied to cover up where they had to shave my head to staple it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got one of the boys just to Sharpie my head, and so you couldn't see it. So here I am with 25 stitches, staples in my head from Shane's deal, and so I'm on the phone with Jim Ross. 3 witnesses, me, Dodd, and JR. Only witnesses to this day. Who's going to win that one? God ain't showing up.
Yeah.
I don't miss him.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to believe me over Jim Ross. So I lose. But here's what happened, believe it or not. He says, hey, bro, we want you to stay home and rest your head because we got big plans for you on Monday. We want you to rest your head and everything. I said, oh, Jim, I said, thank you so much. I appreciate it, brother. The next thing I know, he's on TV. Well, I showed up on Monday. They had big plans for me. Fired.
Wow.
I got fired, but there was big plans. He didn't lie about that. But the problem is he made up something that I couldn't believe. The crowd actually believed in it. The fans actually believed it. Radio people would call me interview after interview after interview and ask me this question like they believed it. That I got my mother to call Jim Ross to get me out of these house shows that were drives for me when I was just main event.
I remember that.
I'm trying to get a job.
I remember that. I remember that rumor going around.
I'm trying to get a job at the WWF, and the fans actually believe that I got my mom to call and get me out of the shows. Why not wrestle Booker? Why not say I'm hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, nobody, and of course, nobody believed me. Everybody believed Jim, and it went on. And that cost me millions of dollars, bro. Millions. And it depressed me, and it sent me into another world, and I was down and just, it just was unnecessary, man. I was at the peak of my whole run. I was on top of my game, top of my body. I was there, bro.
Yeah.
And I had made it and earned it and proved it, and was only 2 people went the whole distance of the 11 years at WCW. Sting and me. That's it, bro. There ain't a third.
Yeah.
There's not a third. There's only 2 that didn't go back to WWF and then back to us.
Mm-hmm.
We never left and came back. But every time somebody did, they beat me. Every time. I sit on the board, somebody was back, I'll be like, well, I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm putting somebody over again. And I finally went to Eric. I said, Eric, let me ask you a question, bro. We hired the Sandman, and we just hired the Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
But we had some kind of 3-way with me and Bam. I think me and Bam Bam were having a match, Bigelow.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to have Sandman hit the ring and like beat us both up and pin us both or something. And we just had hired from ECW. This is the only talk I ever really had, like the stroke and enough that I was over enough that I could actually talk to Eric like this. But I said, Eric, can I talk to you for a minute, man? And he said, sure. So I went in his office and I said, Eric, let me ask you a question, man. I said, please don't take this wrong. I said, you've never let me talk to you like this. I go, please let me talk to you for a minute. I go, why do we always put over other companies? I said, you hire the Sandman, which, by the way, looks like death eating a vanilla wafer.
Yeah.
I said, he's going to come out and beat BuFF BagWell that's been here for 11 years. Why, bro? I said, we're showing the world that ECW is better than we are.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I beat them both.
Nice.
With a fire hydrant. I sprayed a fire hydrant and nearly killed myself because I didn't know they sucked the oxygen out of the air. I'm gasping for air, having hit the blockbuster on 2 people. I was like, what in the hell? It's in Las Vegas. I'll never forget it. And so, but I was like, Eric, that's the only conversation I really had a little leverage, made a lot of sense, and he actually changed it.
Yeah.
And I said, Eric, thank you, man. That's smart, bro. I said, it shows, yeah, we'll give him a push and we'll do some stuff with him. But, dude, this is the first time we're going to see him. He's going to beat Bam Bam Bigelow and BuFF BagWell. I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, so I won the conversation and we, you know, it went my way. So we were famous for doing that. Every time we got a new WWF guy or WWE guy or whatever, not WWE because that didn't happen yet, but WWF guy, they come in or ECW guys and we put them over. American Males, Public Enemy came in, I go through 2 tables. They always did that, you know, so I don't know, but he backed off that one and it was cool.
That's good. You know, that's good though, because you don't hear a lot of stories of people. They're going, this don't make no sense. It's like, well, do it anyway. You know, when you hear the podcast,
have a lot of people that they even got the nerve to do it, and I was one of those guys too, because the amount of kind of money we were making, you just went along with it, you know.
Yeah.
But I just got sick of it. I just got sick of losing to nobodies, and not that he was a nobody, he was over, but it just
you knew your worth.
Compared to where you were at in the business.
I was on the game too, you know. I was playing the game now, you know.
Yeah. So
it was a big deal enough that it made sense, and he changed it, you know. So it was good.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's any consolation to you, as someone who grew up in watching wrestling, like, you know, a lot of people watch Transformers and G.I. Joe. I only watch wrestling. I remember the Super Bros and the Lethal Lotteries and all that other stuff when you first came into WCW.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, the NWO was one of the groups that actually made it feel like the fans were a part of the NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had the Four Horsemen and the DX, but it was close factions. But the NWO felt like when I went like, this is somebody, everybody was NWO. And seeing you being so different in an era where everybody is trying to find their own way, and you just stood out with the hat and the charisma and everything, that gave a lot of like inspiration for me to be my own person.
Sure.
You know, and I want to thank you for that, and every other fan that, you know, it's like you inspired a lot of us.
I mean,
and
I said, look on top of my head, bro. Do you know what that took to wear a top hat out in front of Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash's and
Shoot, especially in that era of wrestling too. Like
right.
I think now people could get away with that if you put somebody who just fresh into the business and you say like, listen, we're gonna give you this top hat, we're gonna spray paint your name on it, and you're gonna go out there and you're gonna dance and you're gonna have a good time, and you just that's it.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go, okay, no problem, and it will go over.
Yes.
Back then, you would get. I felt like back then, if you didn't sell this the way you did,
right,
they would have eaten you alive. They would have booed you out of there and made jokes of you. The next week, they would have had signs with like a big ass top hat, like "Look at this clown," and you'd have been like, "Fuck my life!" Like,
And if kids wore the top hat,
when I did the tat, bro, when I did the tat and came out, you got to realize. Go back and look at some sports stuff in 1998. There wasn't no guys sleeved out and tatted up. It wasn't in. I mean, I got in trouble for this. I mean, like WCW said, "Hey, bro, you can't do that shit, without getting approved by us." I mean, that's
oh wow.
And so I was completely depressed about what I had done. I mean, the whole back of the rope.
Right.
I was so depressed about it. And then I saw my tattoo on TV one day and was like, that's fucking cool.
It was.
That's cool, bro. I don't care what you say. And then I saw it on the action figure and I went, that's dope.
Yep.
That's dope, bro. But the top hat, bro, like I said, the catch behind that is, just think about this, bro. Nobody can do it now.
No.
Nobody.
Because they're going to refer to you about that.
It's going to come back to me.
Yep.
They're gonna say, "Hey, man, that's that hat that that BuFF BagWell guy used to wear, man."
Mm-hmm.
So all it's gonna be is copying BuFF BagWell. It's not gonna be theirs.
Yep.
So they nobody's got the guts to do it, bro.
You got one person now. You got one person now that does it.
Please put one on so I can get over.
Right? And they're not gonna have the charisma for you either. They're gonna think it's a fashion statement. Nah, that was
got all this. Yeah, they got all that.
Oh
they come along with it, bro, to keep us alive.
Yep.
It just goes with the part of it. And literally, the dance I came up with, I was just joking around in Baltimore, Maryland. You got to realize how many times I've been booed out of the building as Marcus Alexander BagWell in Baltimore, Maryland. I mean, booed out of the building. And then BuFF comes out and the crowd goes berserk. And so I go berserk. And I told Sting, I said, literally I had the boys at house shows coming to the curtain watching me and me coming to the back of them going, bro, that is it. You have got it. That's it, bro. And so one time in Maryland, I go over the rail. I'm having a beer with a guy in the front row, and they're counting to 8. 9. I get over across, fall over the fence and get into the ropes. And just anything to entertain people, man. I was just off and somewhere in that match, I did the fucking dance. I did that big dance. And I got to the back, Sting goes doubled over laughing. And I go, what is it? And then he said, what the hell was the dance thing you did? And I go, what did I do? He went, dude, don't you remember you did some kind of crazy? I said, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I just did me. I was just being me. He goes, dude, he said, come on. I said, I'm being dead serious. I don't know. You got to tell me. So I had to get we always videoed our shows. We watch them back ourselves and see what to change or what's cool. Yeah. And Dallas always did his same way too. Dallas Page always videoed his too. And so I had to go back and get somebody videoed it. I think Dallas's who did it. And I watched it back and saw it and had to watch it on TV and then go do it again because I don't remember doing it.
Yeah.
I just
came natural.
It just came out of nowhere, bro.
Right.
I just did it, and it was like I don't. And then I got bigger and bigger with it, and just it was just funnier and funnier, and just I don't know where it came from, bro. It was just I think it was called the BuFF strut or something, but it was just cool.
Oh yeah. And when you were teaming with Scott Norton, it was like Scott Norton's walking around like I'll beat the shit out of anybody, and then you're in the back like, yeah, let's do this.
I'm telling you, if I had not broke my neck, keep in mind that was vicious and delicious.
Yes.
And if I had not broke my neck during a vicious and delicious match, that's that match. It was me and Scott Norton versus Rick and Lex. Rick Steiner and Lex Luger. And I broke my neck in that match. And at that, even though what happened to me was even better, I wouldn't say better, just something else good happened.
Yeah.
I went with Scott Steiner. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't better. It was just something still good.
Yeah.
And so, but still, the Vision Delicious thing, man, was to me was just genius. And it was just, it wasn't our idea. We were eating in Chicago, and we had wrestled at the in front of 50,000 at the damn United Center where Jordan played.
Okay.
And we're sitting there. It was like at a bar and grill, like an Applebee's or something. And a little kid walked up, and I just kind of recognized it and looked back. I said, "Hey, little man, what's up?" And the little kid was looking. He just went, "Vicious and delicious." And I went, "What did you just say?" And I instantly turned around and wrote it on a piece of paper. Me and Norton go straight to Atlanta when we get to Atlanta and airbrush everything delicious, and he airbrushes everything vicious.
Wow.
And Vicious and Delicious was going to have a run, bro. And I break my match about our second or third match.
Wow.
So I got a DVD of my career. I've got 5 volumes of my whole career. From me and Too Cold to Stars and Stripes to the American Males to my first person I was Fabian, Handsome Stranger and all that. Second, third, fourth, and then one of just BuFF. I got 5 volumes of my career on my website.
Question.
BuffBagwell.com.
There's something that I need to know. Whose idea was it to add your mom into the mix of this? Which I love, because like
Have y'all ever talked about this in guest or thought of it?
Right.
What do you think?
I would assume it would be your mom that would want to jump on camera.
Rick Steiner.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
And let me tell you, here's the catch. Scotty freaking hated it. Hated women being involved in our world. Hated it, bro. So I was having like, hey man, let's just go with it, man. It's a pretty good idea, And he goes, keep her away from me. I'll break the fucking arm.
Damn.
I mean, Scotty was ruthless, bro. I love him to death, but he was ruthless, And I said, but me and Scotty were tight, And I said, Scotty, come on, man. I said, I think this is a pretty good idea. Well, Mom shows up in Columbia, South Carolina, where I broke my neck and was paralyzed a year later. And I'm in the white overalls for the first time, the top hat. I'm a heel all the way full-fledged. Well, Rick Steiner comes out and goes, I got somebody here that don't think it's very funny. You know how they talk with that northern accent, He said, I got somebody here that don't think what you're saying is so very funny. He said, I got your mother. We were like, what? And all of a sudden, here comes my mom. But the problem was, before the show, I lost her, dude. This is a woman that ran a lumber company in the 70s and 80s with 200 men employees, men truck drivers, and making $1 million a month in the 70s and 80s when I was a kid. And we were rich and loaded, and we owned Marietta, and we were athletes, and we were talking about that's the catch with all the heat people talk about.
Mm-hmm.
They think this is my first heat. I've had heat my whole life, bro. I went to Spring Break High School and was pulling up in a red Corvette at 15. I was 15 and had my own parking place.
See, he's the kids that I was seeing in school, and I'm like, really, bro? Like, I gotta catch the bus right now. You gonna drive home? Like,
and just think about this. I had to pick one of my friends to sit in the one seat. How many fights you think I had over that?
Oh, you're not my friend. Thought we were family.
The Corvette with she's one in a million. With that playing for all the people. Every kid in the school was in the windows. And I was late on purpose, bro.
Of course, you gotta make that entrance.
30 minutes late on purpose. Would grab a piece of paper from behind the light where you got to check in at, and sign. He was late because of so and so, Judy BagWell. And hand it to him as they saw me do it, and they knew not to call because what was going to happen? She was going to lie.
Yeah.
She was going to say, yeah, it's true. You know, I knew that. I missed 88 days my senior career, my senior in high school. 88 days, bro. I set records that screwed everybody. Kids that got to go to school now, they should hate my guts. Because they changed so many rules. So many rules got changed in Cobb County when I graduated because of what I got away with. I guarantee you. I mean, I run the homeroom, and back then, you had the same homeroom as a freshman as you did as a senior. You kept the same homeroom for 4 years. So everybody in my homeroom class either loved me or hated my guts and was so sick of me they could puke. So I just didn't go. I just skipped homeroom, and every once in a while I just show up just to blow somebody's mind with a pair of suspenders on and one flat down or something with a pair of pink Reeboks on. You know, just to fuck somebody up, you know, just say, hey, what's up? What y'all doing? You know, and didn't have to do it, you know. And so it was just, for me, at school was just, I went to school to play ball, bro. I already knew where I was going. I was going to the lumber yard. But back to my mom right quick.
Yeah.
She was backstage, and I lost her. And I said, I pulled her to the side, and I said, baby, I said, you got to kick out. I said, you got to kick the fuck out. And I said, come on. I said, be the Judy BagWell you are when you fire one of your male employees and they ain't got a pin. If you didn't have a pin on you, you got fired on the spot at Southeastern Building Supply in Cobb County, Georgia. And I said, that's the Judy BagWell you got to be, baby girl. I said, I got to have it. And when I walked out, I still didn't have her. I didn't have her. And I told Dad, I got Dad on the side. I go, dude, you got to pull her out. This is huge. This is gigantic. I get it, but she's got to do this. She's got to pull it off. This is going to make a huge difference in all of our lives. I can see it. I feel it. I know it. I've done it. I'm doing it. I said, this is a big deal, and we got to have it. So she came out. She wasn't there. So on the microphone, she was supposed to get on the apron, not come in the ring, and by no means was she to do anything with Scott Steiner. I made it clear to her. Scotty asked her not to do it. Eric told her not to do it. Everybody that any kind of legal advice told her not to get in the ring and do not mess with Scott Steiner. So she's on the apron. And she's trying to be, you know, she's doing the Judy BagWell thing. And Marcus, what are you doing? And I can just tell it still wasn't the Judy BagWell I know that she could be.
Right.
So because I've been whipped by her 1,000 times. And I said, I finally had to go there. I had to say something that was real, that she knew was real, that the people even kind of knew it was real. And it's he.
Yeah.
I said, listen, old lady. I said, without me you couldn't even eat. And here she comes.
That's it. That will cut real quick.
I went, oh shit, what have I done? And then where she goes?
Right in the ring.
Straight to Scotty. And Scotty almost breaks her wrist. He reaches out towards Scotty after slapping. He grabs her wrist and just kind of, almost breaks it. Her wrist, she went to the doctor and everything. But she got diamond cut 100 times, dude. I talk her in. So that's when I got face to face, and she took me out with the ear and all that. And for some reason, she threw me into the go position and then turned around and threw her hands up to the crowd. And brother Judy BagWell was over like a rover, bro. And so I finally, after she did all the stuff she did, she got paid for it and stuff, but she didn't get paid like she deserved. So finally, we were on a flight home from Seattle, and I talked to Eric on one knee that whole flight, first class. And I said, dude, we got a 50 plus year old woman taking a diamond cutter from Canyon every single Monday night. She's bruised on her knees, her elbows. I mean, they always worked with her and they had a pad and all that, but she was getting diamond cutted, bro.
Yeah.
Period.
That hurts.
You know, so I talked Eric into giving Mom a $300,000 a year contract. On that plane ride, we land in Atlanta, and her appendix or whatever, what burst?
Right.
The appendix, I think.
Yeah. Straight from the Atlanta airport to the hospital.
Wow.
Over. You can't play no more. You're out of the game. This is live, baby. This is live TV. You're out of the game. You're off. It's over. You're done. So we had to pretend like me and Scotty beat her up, and she did an interview from the hospital last time she was seen on TV.
Wow.
It was over. I talk into I get her a $300,000 deal, and she can't. And she gets hurt. I was like, God dang, man!
Yeah, you got the luck that you have when you find the tag team name, you break your neck. Then you got a deal, then she bursts her appendix. Like Jesus, and you keep bouncing back from it.
Listen to me. I swear to Jesus Christ, she got a wheelchair from the jet ramp, the ramp, straight to my dad's car, straight to the hospital.
Wow.
On the same flight, I got her a deal on. I swear to Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, I can only imagine the bag of emotions you were going through.
Yeah. I mean, dude, think about it. Exactly. I'm on one knee I didn't realize it, for 4 hours. Talking to Eric and explaining to him and thanking him and, trying to put her over and realizing it.
Right.
And all just doing the whole shebang, just the truth.
Yeah.
And, but before I knew it was, take your seats, we're getting ready to land. And I go look at Mom, and she's like pale and sweating. And I go, what's wrong with you? So we land, and it was just, she started crying, and then we called a wheelchair, and it was just straight to Dad and straight to the hospital. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you gotta be shitting me, man.
Damn.
But that was it for her. It was a good little angle. It was great. It was fun.
I always thought she was an actor.
But the short time that she had, it was really memorable.
Yeah.
That people loved her.
Dude, her on the forklift. She's on the forklift.
I went up on a what's the podium? Podiums is on stages.
Yeah.
And it was me, Goldberg, like Sting, Nash, 5 or 6, 7 top guys, Luger, and we talked to about 100 people that were toy makers and gimmick makers, things they wanted to pick our brains about on what they could do with our career and for them to make money.
Yeah.
So that's what this was about. So they flew 5 or 6 of the top guys in to talk about it. I was going to talk about my top hat and somebody could, manufacture that or whatever, something, I had something in mind. And so I get to the podium when it's my turn. So I point at the first raised hand, and I said, yes, sir. He goes, when can we start selling stuff with Judy BagWell's name on it? Oh, wait a second, bro. This is about me. What do you mean, Judy BagWell, bro? Next person. Back to his question. When can Judy BagWell?
And you know what's crazy is that you mentioned this, right? So we have a lot of your fans in the chat right now, and one of the questions was from Will, which I believe he said hi, and he was like, "We need a Judy BagWell action figure," which is true. We actually do need one.
There's one coming, bro.
Yeah,
nice.
Keep in mind, you never saw her in anything but like a mother's outfit.
Yeah.
You know, that's what also I kind of put her over too. She didn't have like a wrestling shirt or a wrestling gear. She just wore what my mom would wear to a wrestling show. You know, and that's another thing that made it kind of cool. Well, the only time she did that and wore some kind of gimmicky was, if you remember when I wrestled Piper, she wore a T-shirt when I boxed Piper and beat him.
Yeah.
She wore a T-shirt with me and her. We had airbrush on a T-shirt for that paper. It was a big pay-per-view and all that I was going to beat Piper at. So I beat Piper and Flair back to back. And Atlanta was the next week. I called my dad up and I said, dude, we finally have won. I said, they got to put me over in Atlanta. I said, and I just beat Flair and Piper back to back. I said, they've accidentally given me the push. It's on accident, and they know they've messed up, but they've done it. It's over. David Flair beat me in front of 85,000 people and couldn't hit the ropes. Could not run the ropes, brother.
Oh, man.
I had to pin myself. I swear to God I did.
Yeah.
I grabbed my leg.
I could imagine,
I was right here, baby. Put my leg. 1, 2. I had to count too. 1, 2.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you know what upset me the most about that? Is we screwed. I didn't care about losing, bro. I really didn't. We screwed 85,000 people. We were the first match. Do you know what that Atlanta Dome did when I come walking out first match? Nitro at the Georgia Dome?
Exploded.
It went off the roof. I hit the Blockbuster and I felt the roof go like this. And he kicked out and like pinned me somehow. I was just like, oh my God. I didn't even go to Eric. I didn't even go to Eric on that. I went to Rick. I said, Rick, do you realize what you're doing, bro? I said, you laid down for me. You don't do that. I said, do you really think your son is really ready for this, bro? I said, come on, man. And bro, like they always do, he had some kind of big thing that they were going to get me back and make sense. And Piper was going to be out there and Flair was going to, and to the point where it's Ric Flair, man. You know, I was like, okay, man. I didn't even go there because I knew it had already been made. The decision had been made. It was over. So I said, okay, man. And from that point on, I was just upset for the fans, man. That walk back to the go position, I swear to God, every step I took, it was like it got further away. And I literally was trying my best to get back there so fast. And the people were saying shit like, don't worry about it, Buff. It's okay, Buff. You know, they're just screwing with you, man. You're Buff BagWell. Don't worry about it. They knew what had happened. So that's what upset me is that we screwed 85,000 people that bought tickets. Dude, there was 50,000 Buff signs out of 80. You know, and I was like, man, Eric, come on, are y'all serious? And so I said, you know, once again, it goes back to that paycheck, bro, and it is what it is. But anyway, my mom's outfit it's going to be a double pack with me and my boxing gear.
Okay.
3 coming out. It's
Who's making this?
I did the damn promo for him. Something with a C, like
Chella.
Okay,
so yes, I do it. We deal with Chella all the time. Yes, they're a really great company.
I got a single one coming out. And there's gonna be a Judy BagWell one.
Okay.
There's gonna be a Stars and Stripes one.
There's
gonna be a American Male one.
Wow.
And I'm trying to get them to do Vicious and Delicious. I think that's a good one,
Oh yeah.
But
eventually they'll make it. Yeah.
It's coming a double pack.
Okay.
The one when I talked to him, I said, "Man, I'm telling you, the best one to do is the boxing because that was the only kind of outfit my mom wore that was wrestling."
Right.
And it got me. It's a different thing with me with the wrestling gear on.
It'd be like an exclusive.
But me, I had the Everlast and the robe, and I was a boxing champion. I was a Gold Glove State champion boxer when I was 12 years old anyway. So I was with it, I was ready to go. Right. I had the boxing boots and everything, but you know me.
Oh yeah.
I'm coming out looking right. And so that was a great thing. That's Mom's thing. Back to the question is, we do need a Judy BagWell figure, man. That's cool.
Nice. That is great to hear.
I think it'll sell.
Oh, it will. Oh, yeah. You get a lot of people now. They love nostalgia figures, and
what's old is getting new again.
Yep. And Chella,
right. All this is just what's old is becoming new again because the new ain't what they want it to be.
Mm-hmm. And Chella's been doing a great job with these figures, which have been like their pre-orders have been going through the roof, and you get these things in your hand. I own a couple of Chella figures myself, and I love them, and I'm going to continue supporting them. So to hear that they're going to continue and they're going to make a Judy BagWell and a BuFF BagWell figure that's going to be. Do you know exactly when that's going to hit, or I'm assuming like holiday season, maybe early next year?
I think they're shooting for Christmas, so that's the idea. So they're I've already done the commercial for them and signed the contracts and all that. So it's a big deal, and I don't think I'm supposed to do what I did just now, but too late.
We'll keep it on the low.
We won't tell nobody.
I'm sure everybody else will too.
Now you are
nothing, okay?
Right.
That's right.
No. So you are working on another project, though. You're working on a project right now with DDP. You said it's rebuilding BuFF.
Yeah.
Right. And
actually, the rebuilding BuFF started with just me and my podcast, and then the show we're doing with Dallas is called Change or Die.
Okay, so can you touch base on that a little bit?
Absolutely. It's I know all about it. It's actually I'm in the house now. I'm at the accountability crib, and there's 5 people. There's Butterbean, me, and then there's 3 just regular people that are here. Right. They've got a story, of what they're trying to do with their lives, and everybody's here to change or die.
Right.
And it's, it's a true story, and it's we live in the same house. I'm in my room right now, and I mean, this is where I live, and I go on the weekends to go do my shows sometimes if it's a big show or not.
Right.
And then if not, I'm here 7 days a week, so it's a 90-day deal, and they give us like challenges along the way and stuff. And our first one was, why? Why are you here?
Right.
What is your why? And brother, mine was easy. So I just told my why, and all this will come out, and you'll see it all. We've already had 2 or 3 complete knockdown, drag out fights with each other, and just dog cussings from me, and just getting cussed back by the girls, and thermostats, and living together,
Yeah,
it's not easy, bro.
You're gonna bump heads with people no matter what.
Exactly,
I mean,
bro.
you see it on all these shows as it is, and this is real life where you're trying to better yourself. Which listen, I could give you all the congratulations in the world because me and Toe, we talk off air, especially for like I can share from like myself where like mental health is something that's really big to me. So I try to make sure that like I can like focus myself and make sure that I'm a good husband, father
Absolutely.
and brother and son and friend as I can. And it's always good to like challenge yourself to do better. And I give you, like I said, I give you all the congratulations.
Oh yeah.
And all the flowers in the world.
I'll share also the second challenge we just got, because it's something that everybody needs to do, and everybody's guilty of it, bro. And that is, don't be negative about your stuff, about your world.
Right.
Find the positive out of it. Don't be. Let's don't talk about the WWF fire me. Let's talk about like we have about the 11-year run I had as It's and Delicious and Steiner and me and my mom and all the cool shit. I mean, how much fun was that? It was great.
Yeah, it was
amazing.
So the point of that is, I had a blast doing that and talking about it, and y'all did too, and the people listening did, and that comes from being positive. And that's what they're trying to show us is like, if you come in there and you're like, you're not good morning or hello or how you guys doing? I mean, that's not cool. It's just showing that it's just being negative, and you don't want to put negative out there. You want to put positive out there. If you go out there negative, then you're going to start believing negative. And where Dallas got this from was when they did the resurrection with Jake.
Right.
That was shot in this house that we live in right now. Same house, the Accountability Crib, and it's and same house that Dallas feels like, and it's true. He gave Scott Hall 10 extra years of his life.
Yeah.
Because he fixed Scott Hall also at the same time, and Scott just had a slip with the hip and. Some things went wrong, and it was just a bad deal, man, for everybody. But we lost a legend. But at the same time, it's being positive, is the idea, and it's just being accountable. That's why it's called the Accountability Crib. It's just you gotta be positive and be nice, and just if you don't, like I said, one day Jake shooting the resurrection came downstairs. And he punched the tape, the granite countertops, and he was like, "I'm such a loser." And Dallas was like, "Quit saying that, man. Why are you saying that for, bro?" Dallas has got something, positive written on his shirt, or unstoppable, or he's always got something cool, good. Jake had a Charles Manson shirt on, smoking a joint or something. He said, "Look at your T-shirt, bro." He said, "You got," and I think it had something else. I said, it was Charles Manson, but it was another one like, it was just negative. It was like somebody dying or getting stabbed, or he said, "Look at your shirt you're wearing, bro. Get that stupid shirt off." And I can't remember what Jake came up with, damn it. But it was like, he went upstairs and he said he really listened to Dallas, and he went upstairs and came up with a new positive statement. It was like, your history. I can't remember the damn saying now, but anyway, it was a very positive statement. But that's not even the point. The point is being positive, and being, positive about yourself is a big deal. And expressing to other people positive stuff makes everybody better, and makes them feel better, and makes them, like, for example, I stand in front of my gimmick table. I stand in front of it, bro, and I shake every hand. I hug every girl. I see a wheelchair coming from 300 yards away, brother, and I got my hat and a picture, a free picture and a hat ready for him, take a picture with me and stuff. That kind of stuff it just glows. And if people watch me at a gimmick table, there's no way you could put on what I'm doing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm that's coming from the heart, bro. And you just can't watch me at a gimmick table and I go, "Man, that's a great guy right there, man. That's a really nice guy."
Talking to you.
And I am.
Yeah, exactly. We've had such a great time.
The minute you got your camera working, I was like, this fucking guy's awesome, bro. It was 2 seconds in. I see you sitting there, I was like, this fucking guy's awesome.
Truthfully, and the truth be known, and I hate it, is everybody in the WWF, they didn't know Mark Bagwell.
Right.
Marcus Bagwell. They didn't know him. But see, Dallas Page was up against me for Rookie of the Year at 37. And I was 20. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, you just can't be, I mean, nobody believed it. I mean, he's made it in 2 things. He's became a millionaire in 2 things that everybody was laughing at him about both. And it was wrestling. And every time he brought a yoga mat out to the ring and started to stretch, Lex Luger, they're super friends, but still, Lex would just drill him, just, what are you doing with that stupid mat? And, now look, brother, DDPY and Y and Resurrection. I mean, I'm so proud of Dallas, man, and it was with him for the whole ride. I remember one night I was getting ready to go down to the club. He had an ice pack on every part of his body. And I'm over there just putting my jeans on and, finding my shirt and putting my swag on, and getting my hair right. And all. He goes, God, I hate your guts. He goes, do you ever hurt? I go, no, why? He goes, he literally had an ice pack on every something, both knees, both shoulders, both elbows. And I'm getting ready to go to the club at the hotel, And I remember the club. It was the one in Jacksonville, Florida, at the Holiday Inn. It was like a Holiday Inn that they had the pool inside and stuff. And I actually knocked a guy out there that night, and it put me over with the boys that same night. The boys, didn't, a prima donna, a pretty boy prima donna ain't gonna get over in wrestling.
Right.
With the boys especially. But a pretty boy prima donna that may knock you out, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And that's what everybody saw. And they went, wow, Bagwell's actually a badass. He may knock your ass out. So when they finally realized that the little young punk kid in the corner had been in jail more than the whole locker room and had knocked more people out than all of them put together had, that they were like, why didn't you tell us? I go, dude, you can't tell that stuff about yourself.
Yeah.
I said, I said, y'all want to talk about heat? I said, let me tell you something. I said, let me tell you what they call heat in Marietta. Jealousy. I said, it's called jealousy in Marietta, bro. I said, that's all this is.
Yeah.
I said, heat is just another word for jealousy. So I said, I've already done this. I said, I've done things y'all don't even know. But I said, I shot my father when I was 17, trying to kill him.
Oh, shit.
Swear to God on my life. To this day, my dad's got plates and screws in his arm when I tried to kill him and shot him in the arm. He was opening his car door like this, and the bullet hit him in his forearm. That's a true story, bro. He drug my mother out of a fucking truck, an S10 pickup truck, because he was going broke. We were going broke.
Right.
This is I was actually 18 because it was 1988. So I'm 18 years old and realized that we're going broke. And the 2 brothers had houses that my dad had bought them along the millionaire ride. And so the baby is stuck at the house, and mom and dad are fighting like cats and dogs. And I mean, literally like fighting, And I'm 18, having to go break it up and all that. Well, I got kind of jacked up at 18. You got to realize I was a handsome stranger in 20. So I was a pretty big kid at 18.
Yeah.
And I went down and broke him up one time. And when I did, I kind of threw my dad off. And it surprised him how strong I was. And it surprised me that I threw him off that good. Well, I was between him and all of his pistols in his bedroom. And so we always kept 3 on top of the refrigerator in the kitchen. He bolted toward that refrigerator. And I thought, surely to God, next thing I know, gun on me, bro.
Oh shit!
From my dad. And I went. And keep in mind now, at this stage of the ball game, I was done too. I was flipped. I was like, bro, put that gun down, bro. I said, are you kidding me? I said, you think it scares me? I said, with what I've been through. I said, are you kidding? I said, all you're going to do, bro, is you're going to be in prison your whole life. I said, and I'm going to be dead. I said, big deal. I said, you're going to be in prison forever. I said, put the gun down,
Yeah.
And still going, no, come on, big man. Come on, muscle boy. Talking trash and talking shit to me, So I've been putting up with this for about, a year probably. That's a long time to put up with something as Marcus BagWell or BuFF BagWell, either one.
Yeah.
And so I put up with it, And keep in mind, I had to. That's my gas money. That's my vehicle. He run the show. He's my father. So I had to take it, And so this all happened. The damn doorbell rings. And it's, I'm not trying to be funny. It's the cable guy. It's not Jim Carrey, but it's literally the guy to come fix our cable.
Yeah.
And so my big pet peeve in life is I can't stand to be embarrassed. Pull me to the side, bro, and cuss me like a dog. No, do not do it in front of somebody. Because I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come back bigger, louder, cooler, and better, and I'm going to win. So just don't do it. It's going to end up bad. And so mom goes against the cable guy and goes outside with him and tell him what he's got to do or something. She's trying to pull it off, and like Judy BagWell would do. Judy BagWell y'all saw on TV. She pulls it off, and so he tells me, he goes, get outside and get all the keys out of all the cars. Nobody's going anywhere. Bro, this is 0 alcohol, 0 drugs involved. This is straight up BagWell. These are just BagWells. And he goes, get outside and get all the keys out of the car. Nobody's leaving. And I was like, Dad, what are you doing? So he turned, see what's going on. And just the BagWell in me, I went for him.
Right.
Just to knock the gun out of his hand and kick his ass. And but he turned around on me with the pistol. He said, oh, okay. He said, come on. I said, you put that gun down. I said, I'll beat your fucking brains out. He said, no, come on, big man, see what you got, And I was just so mad.
Right.
Frustrated, man. I couldn't do nothing. So I went outside to get all the keys out of the car like I was told to do by gunpoint. So I go get the keys, And as I walked by the Summit Cable guy and my mom, I said, I'm going to kill that motherfucker one day, bro. And the guy hurt me, I'm sure. I just was mad and just got to said it to my mom. Well, my mom had the right idea. She was going to leave, and she knew me and Dad would probably work it out like we always do.
Right.
Like, that's what BagWells do. We fix it.
Yeah.
And so she was trying to leave, and she was blocked in by his car like this. So she's going run and trying to get around his car to leave. Well, right here's the yard. He comes walking out with the Summit Cable guy watching. I look and see the Summit Cable guy looking at my dad, and my dad shoots the 2 tires out, grabs my mother with the window only halfway up, and drags her out of an S10 pickup truck that was like our work truck. And I completely...
You just blank out at that point.
Yeah.
Had a blackout, and I don't know what that's called. It's got to be called something medically, because I'm telling you guys from my heart, I don't remember the journey from right there to getting his gun.
Right.
There's nothing there. And then, because keep in mind, I told you about the refrigerator. There's 2 more guns on top of it, because we had 3 guns on top of the refrigerator at all times. We had a ranch, a big gigantic mansion, but it was a ranch. And it was all the way to his bedroom where his guns were at. So I go all the way back there and I reach up and get one of his pistols. Well, I grab a pistol that I didn't know, but he had got some kind of new bullets that were like, I think they ended up calling them cop killers or something, but they were blue tips, and they would explode when they hit.
Okay.
They called cop killers or something. And but I came out, and where everything was lined up, when I came out our front door, there was a row of bushes that was high enough that he couldn't see but about here up on me. And he's right there, and right behind him is the Summit Cable guy, and I come back. I'm back here, standing with the gun, and I'm with it. And I go, hey. I'll try to open his door to his car, and he looks at me like this, and he goes, I said, you want to pop some caps? Because that was a big saying back then, you know?
Yeah.
Popping caps.
Yeah.
I go, you want to pop some caps, you know, bro? And he said, what? And I just went straight up with a gun, and I swear to God, it was like slow motion, bro. It was like I went, boom, blow the windshield out. I remember vividly, now this is vivid thinking this, blow the windshield out. Boom, 2, blow the windshield out. Boom, 3. And then something went, kill him. Look at what you just did, and kill him. At the same time this is happening, as vivid as I just told you that story, in the background, here's what the Summit Cable guy is doing. He goes, because the bullets are coming his way. he goes. And
yeah, I would have did the same thing too. I'm never coming back here ever again.
So clearly, and the last 2 bullets I put on him, and one of them hit him in the arm.
Mm-hmm.
So in the BagWell family, story I just told you, that's the kind of family I lived in. He goes darting behind his car real quick. So I don't know what he's got, you know.
Yeah.
I come inside, lock the door. Now I'm buff, what we call buff out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
I am completely out of the box, and I'm going off with the vocal. You want to fuck with me? Come on, brother, let's do it. I'm scar facing it. You want come on, let's do it. I go upstairs, get my 45 automatic, put one in it. I get an extra clip. I put some flip flops on. I got shoes. I go back downstairs. I got a 45. I got my Colt 45 stainless steel 45 automatic at 18, bro. Put one in the thing. I'm ready to go. When I get downstairs, somebody's knocking at the door, but like panicky kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe I did this, but I go over and all I got to do is go like this and see who it is. But I go like, with a door like that, and it's my mom. And guess what she says? You shot your father. Wow. I said, you crazy bitch. I said, I just saved your life. I just saved your life, dude. And she goes, he's bleeding. You shot him. I was like, oh my God. So I close the door, see that he's not trying to come in. See, he's on the other side, just kind of standing there of his car. And I come back inside, pick up the phone, and call my brother on the drywall company. And I called my brother, and he goes, BagWell Drywall. And I said, John, you need to get over here. I said, he goes, what? I said, I just shot Dad. He goes, you just did what? I said, I just shot Dad. He goes, oh my God. So keep in mind, it wasn't like that was crazy to him, but it was still crazy. I mean, I shot my dad with a gun.
Yeah.
That's still off the chain, you know.
Yeah, that's not something you hear every day.
No, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like we didn't see that coming from somebody, but
Right.
it still happened. It
Yeah.
wasn't something that, I should have shot him, or I should not. I did shoot him. I was tired of it. And the catch behind the slow motion part of the story is when me and Dad finally talked about it. And keep in mind, me and my dad are best friends to this day. Now, but when we finally talked about it, he said, I thought you had your 45 automatic because you squeezed the bullets off so fast. And to me, dude, it was like slow motion.
Oh, wow.
It was like, boom. Windshield in there, aim again, boom, But he said I went boom, 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 boom with a revolver.
That's how I was just playing in your mind.
You got to pull the trigger. You got to pull the trigger. And like you cock it and boom. When you hit a revolver, it shoots. You got to cock it again, or squeeze the trigger. That's right. Yeah, if you just squeeze the trigger, the hammer goes back and hits it again and again. But it ain't like it ain't like a
semi-automatic. Yeah.
So you can do it fast. Pow, 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 pow. But a revolver, you really can't unless you're, 18-year-old kid that's been dramatically messed with in their head and saw his mother beat up.
Yeah.
Right.
So to this day, he said, I thought you had your 45 automatic. So I said, to finish the story, I wanted to get out of my mouth to him without crying, though. I wanted to get out of my mouth what he had done to us.
Right.
I wanted to explain it to his face, So I walked out my 45, 1 in the chamber and 7 in the clip, cocked. And I go walking out there with it cocked and loaded, knowing he didn't have a pistol. But he'd already came back inside and been like the OK Corral. But so I go walking out there and I go, bro, I want you to know that you have fucking tortured us for the last year. Because I said, I hate your fucking guts for it. And just as cool as you can say it, because my dad is one of the coolest dudes alive. Mm-hmm. And as cool as you could say it, my dad looked at me and he went, I hate you feel that way, bro. But can we talk about this later on? I'm bleeding to death. And I just went, there ain't no talking to this cat, man. There's no way. I just shot him, and he's still level-headed enough to say, hey, man, can we talk about that later on? I'm bleeding to death right now. I just walked. I started crying, didn't want to. Started crying and moved in with my oldest brother. And I swear to God, when they ate with me, they ate like this.
They didn't know what you was going to do.
But yeah, they won't keep an eye on me. They didn't really know. They were like a deer drinking water. And looking at me like, let's keep an eye on him because we don't know what he's going to do. I to the point where I said something, I go, what are y'all looking at, bro? I said, y'all know that crazy motherfucker? I said, he's been torturing us forever. I said, y'all just ain't been around for a year. I said, it's been brutal, but y'all know the whole story. I said, y'all know the deal? And they were like, I know, it's cool. I was like, God dang, man, I'll go here and eat, bro. So about 2 weeks go by, and my mom had been driving me crazy to call my dad in the hospital. But let's back up first. Back up to the police showing up at the house. Okay. So I go upstairs and sit at the top of the steps with my gun, knowing my brothers are on the way, and knowing probably that some of the cable guys call the police. So I go upstairs. Sure enough, here comes. I hear the police come in. I hear my brothers come in first. And he's like, my brothers are like, hey man, what happened, bro? What happened? He goes, it's just crazy. They're kind of. The dad's kind of starting to tell the story. Police show up. So they come in, ask some questions and everything, and it's Cobb County Police. And that's Cobb County's no joke. It's a rough prison and rough jail, and it's a badass county. And we lived in Cobb County, you know. So they show up, and they're like, and my dad instantly goes, I shot myself cleaning one of my guns. And so I knew right there, you know, we were going to be BagWells like we always are, and not, you know, mess up. He said, I shot myself cleaning my gun. So finally, my brothers actually, one of them cusses, and the cops go, hey, can you watch your language, sir? And my brother goes, fuck you, fucking pig. He said, nobody fucking called you. Nobody's pressing charges. Matter of fact, get the fuck off our property. And guess what they had to do?
They had to leave.
They had to leave, bro.
Exactly, because there's nothing
We
to
knew
report.
the law, because they were always on our ass. We knew the law, bro. We used to play a game called Brake Lights in Cobb County, bro. You know, when you go by people at night, you kind of stare in their car at each other. If you did that in Cobb County and Marietta, Georgia,
Right.
and you saw brake lights in your mirror, you turned around and went back and fought. They said, we go back and shoot our fucking gun in the fucking air.
Oh, shit.
And motherfuckers be diving in bushes and shit. And we go, y'all want to play brake lights, motherfucker? Let's play brake lights. Come on. And everybody just be standing and hiding in the bushes and shit. But if you went by each other and kind of give a funky bad look or something,
yeah.
and in the rearview mirror you saw brake lights, you stopped, turned around, and went back. And the shit was on, bro. And if it was us, we had a gun, you know? And everybody knew it. And usually we go do it on purpose in a different car sometimes. So people didn't know it was the BagWells.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Two older brothers that were badasses. And then the little brother was, you know, growing up to the big brothers, you know? So I'd watch them play brake lights. But then we would do it too growing up, you know? But it was just, it was just a crazy lifestyle. Then when I got into it, keep in mind, wrestlers out there, a lot of them don't have this kind of story to tell when they were kids. A lot of them do, you know, because, you know, there's crazy stories, but I got two off the chain stories. My childhood and growing up and being rich and all that stuff, and the ride of being a pro wrestler and being the only wrestler to get fired 1 week and 1 week of being in the main event.
Yeah.
It was just, I've had a crazy life my whole life, bro, which has led all the way to change or die, bro.
Well,
and, you know, I'm going to change the bad stuff in me, but there's no way I'm going to lose who I am.
Yeah.
And that's who I am, bro. I am BuFF BagWell. But really, I'm Mark, man. I'm Mark BagWell. And that's the person that I always put out there. Unless the red light was on, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the catch behind these podcasts is this kind of is the red light. That's why you see me be BuFF sometimes and Mark sometimes.
Right.
Because I got to still show people that I'm BuFF and funny and all that stuff. But at the same time, I want them to see that I'm Mark BagWell.
Yeah.
And that's what really got me over was Mark, because I was Mark.
Yep.
When Dusty told me we were using my name, I was like, I said, Dusty, that is so uncool, man. I said, how the hell am I going to get Marcus Alexander BagWell over? How the hell do you do that, bro? And he goes, trust me, baby. He said, you got such pretty teeth. You can do this, baby. I'm telling you, you're from Marietta and you're Marcus Alexander BagWell, and you can do this, brother. I'm telling you. I was like, okay, man. I said, God, I was down about it. My parents were thrilled. They were so excited they were using my name, and I was like, that sucks, y'all. I'm telling you, that ain't good. That's gonna be hard. The boys made fun of me for 2 years, bro. Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Alexander BagWell. They make fun of me. Mark Marrow made fun of me so many times that when I became BuFF, he actually called me and apologized.
Oh, shit.
He said, dude, I've got to apologize to you. And I was like, For what, man? We've been best friends for years. When he was Johnny B. Bad, we rose together for the first 4 years, probably. And then he went up there as Mean Mark Marrow, and all that stuff happened with, with Sable and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I was with him when he met Rena, which is Sable.
Right.
Okay.
Her real name is Rena. And I was with him, and we were at a Quincy's. And he wrote a letter that said, "Will you go out with me?" And he had, remember the yes, no, or maybe check boxes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He did that at the age of 30-something, I'm 20-something, he's 30-something. But still, he looks incredible,
Yeah.
And we're workout partners. We train together, travel together, all that stuff. And so she checked maybe. Well, this is a true story, and you can ask him if you ever get the chance. That night, we all go out and kind of hang out together and everything, and we got time to split off, so they go to their hotel room, Johnny's room, and I go to mine. And since Raina was with him, they shared, we got separate rooms. And so we always stay together, if not, because you don't want to be by yourself on the road. And so I'm watching TV, and a 1-900 phone line thing comes on the TV, and Rena's on it. Sable. And I went, oh my God. I went straight to Johnny's room, and you can ask him this story. It's a true story. I knock on the door, and he opens the door, and in the commercial, she's chalking a pool stick. All sexy and shit. And so I walk in, and as Marcus Bagwell would do, I walk in and gotta act it out and stuff. So I walk in, I go, "Hey, Rena, let me ask you a question. Who am I?" And I went, real sexy and everything and she just busted out laughing. And Johnny was like, I call Marrow Johnny because that's what we call him. But I go, and she goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm so embarrassed." And Johnny's going, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I said, "Tell him." I said, "I ain't gonna say it." I said, "You are." And she goes, "I did this commercial one time a long time ago. I got paid a lot of money and all that."
Hey, listen.
Oh my God, it was so hilarious. That's a true story, dude. What's the odds of me seeing a commercial of a chick he met at Quincy's Steakhouse in Jacksonville, Florida, that was single with a kid? His husband had died in a car wreck.
Wow.
And they hit it off like the tightest two people ever. And then I think, it ended in, kind of a bad ending, but still all kind of, I got a bunch of bad endings, so there's no complaining here, but it's just, we did a lot of stuff together. We went to Germany together and with our wives, and rented a Mercedes, and realized how we're going to know what cities we're going to. We just looked how the spelling was, and we get off that spelling.
Yeah.
MEAZDEFG, Matzva or something. Here it is. Here's the map. What the map says. Get off. And we beat the bus. We beat the bus everywhere, and it was just fun. So we did all kinds of stuff together. But yeah, that was crazy.
Wow, the life that you have it should be in a movie.
It really is, dude. I'm listening. Let's be straight up.
Yeah.
Everything I just told you is unbelievable, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely is.
Except it's the truth.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. People that do me on podcasts and have asked me about my dad shooting thing, they know it's the truth because it's the same story every time I tell it. And I ain't got no pen and pad in my hands, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's hard to fuck up the truth, bro.
Yeah.
You can't mess the truth up. You just can't.
You should be right.
That's why I don't lie about nothing, bro. Nothing. It's straight up about everything. And that's just the way you do it. And because it's just no fun getting. Number one is, let me explain myself. I don't lie because I'm not good at it. I don't not lie because I'm a better person or it makes me a better person. I don't lie because I ain't no good at it. But it makes me a better person because I'm no good at it.
Yeah.
Right.
So years ago, I realized I found out that I wasn't no good at it. My wives would ask me something, and they'd ask me again in an hour, and I'd mess it up.
Oh.
I'd be like, I don't need to do this no more because I ain't no good at it.
Word.
Man, but Mark, thank you so much for stopping in. I feel like we'll be here all night chatting about different stuff. But you know, like I said, like I tell every guest that comes on here, you always have a seat here. You have my number. You call me anytime and say, you know what, I want to talk shit with you guys again.
That goes both ways too.
Yes.
You know me, brother. You can always call me. I said that's one thing that's hard is just a lot of wrestlers. It's hard to get them on the phone or try to get them to call you back or something. Yeah. Bro, I'll get my number out so many times. It's like it's a little bit aggravating, when Scott passed. I got more people text me than my mom died.
Right.
And you're like, I don't even know who this is, man, but I still thank them, and I don't just I say thanks, bro, or appreciate it, man, or I don't know who it is. I just try to be nice, to everybody, and you pop back to the point of being positive.
Yes,
so I think it's a cool thing what you're doing, and that's just remember, just be positive about anything, and it's good, and your day will be more positive.
Definitely.
For everybody out there listening too, man, be positive about your life, and your life will be more positive. I guarantee it will.
That's some great words to leave us with. Toad, you have anything else before we close out?
I would love to have you on my show. We talk about wrestling and shoot the shit with my guys on Thursdays. I'll see if I get your information from Kenny. Yeah, I would love to have you. My guys would love to have you on there. You're an awesome person.
Thank you, bro.
You answered a lot of the questions that I would have had without me even saying anything. So that makes it even more awesome. Now I'm just sitting here like a child, like, yes, please keep going. I'll be here all night.
Tell another story. Exactly.
I'll be here all night with you. I got work tomorrow, but fuck that. I'll call out.
Dude, I got 100 more stories I can tell right now. It's just too much, man.
I hear you.
It's too much.
We gotta do a part. That means we have to do a part 2.
We'll do a part 2.
We'll do a part 2. We'll switch it over to the Nukkle Hedds Network.
Yeah,
and we'll do it there.
Because you brought me back to my childhood, and it's amazing. And
I really had fun. And like I said, you guys know I'm a phone call away. Just thank y'all for having me on your show. And I do want to just say, try to check out my podcast.
Definitely.
Rebuilding BuFF.
Okay.
And you can go on any platforms, to get to it. It's easy to find. And I think we're on not TikTok, but the other one starts with a T.
Twitter?
Or Twist or
Twitch.
Twitch.
Yes.
We're on Twitch live and some stuff like that. So it's cool. Check my website out. It's marcusbuffbagwell.com. And it'll send you to any of my Instagrams and Twitters and anything you want to see. And it's got my DVD, my 5 volumes of my DVDs and some t-shirts and some other stuff. So check it out. marcusbuffbagwell.com, and the Rebuilding BuFF podcast is out there too. And this Change Your Diet thing is going to be a big thing, I think. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun and to see it, what comes out of it. Because you see, there's cameras all through this house, and sound and everything. So by the time they tie all this together, there's going to be so much footage to have of doing this for 90 days, and it's just crazy. So it should be well done. So I'm excited about it.
Oh yeah, and we wish you all the luck, and
definitely.
And just know that we always got your back, man. If you ever going through some stuff, we're rooting for you.
Same here, bro. Same here, and just like I said, thanks for hearing my story, and thanks for all the listeners listening to it. It was
no problem. Thank you. Have a good night.
It's fun to hear the truth every once in a while.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
It's always fun hearing the truth, and if the truth can be funny and cool, that's even better.
Hell
exactly.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
All right, brother. Appreciate
you. Have a good one.
You too.
Remember.
Oh
shit! No, wait.
Did you just?
No, sorry.
Positive. Change or die.
That's it.
All right.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
Later.
I was about to be like, you fucking kicked him off.
No, I hit the button. I was like, holy shit.
I was like, holy shit, man. The one time. What? Wow.
Oh man,
I was trying to hide it, but he teared me up when he was talking about his moms and all that stuff. But yeah, wow, that awesome. I'm definitely gonna hit him up, see if we get him on the Knuckle Head. Get part 2 in here.
Well, what I'll do is we'll set it up again, and then we'll go on and have him on for Thursday. Especially, we know that we can get him on for a later night.
Yep,
man. But everybody that came on to do this is the first live interview that I've done. I was glad that Toe was with me to do this. Fuck, it was amazing. All you guys that showed up today on the Knucklehead side and on the Call Up podcast side, thank you so much for tuning in with us. The night is not over because Toe is going to go now and probably rest for like 20 minutes and then start talking all over again.
Yep,
so
we're gonna do the movies.
You're gonna do the movies, so stay tuned for the next 20 minutes because he's gonna go all over again. Me, on the other hand, I am gonna go to sleep for a little while because I gotta go to work. It has been a really long day. But guys, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Conversations with Kenny. I'm hoping to have another one, something like this again. If Toe is available, then he'll be on here. But if not, I guarantee you somebody else will be here with me to tag team our next guest and get more information and have an incredible story going on. Guys, until next time, be safe out there. And remember, stay positive.
That's it. Stay positive.
Oh, and like my son just says, stay strong.
That's right. Because we just had the buff and the stuff on this podcast, baby. Woo! I still can't believe it, Kenny. I still can't believe it. The minute he popped up, I was like, this motherfucker's here. It's real. It's real.
Oh, my God. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah. Good night, guys. We'll be back.